On the other hand, I think we'll try the Eastern Europe missions. For now, we have played a couple in the Western European front. So let's see what new toys the Russians have in store for us. And we have an assault on Budapest. Oh crap. There's two reasons for oh crap. One is the assault part, one is a Budapest. It's a large city, so I'm guessing it might be an entire city map. That's gonna be hell on tanks. That's gonna be absolute hell. Absolute hell. Might be a good for assault guns though. Oh, Jack Tigers are now available for the low price of 75 per unit. They're even more expensive than the King Tigers. They have an insane armoring. Yeah, and the gun is even bigger. 128. It's long enough to be accurate. It's a hugely powerful gun. Anti-air machine gun, tank machine gun, that mystery weapon system in BW92. The range is 1, so it has to be some kind of anti-infantry. Yeah, we're not gonna buy these. Speed, they're even slower than the King Tigers. Yeah, definitely not gonna buy these. And we will never have the points, super points to buy them. We could buy a group of Panthers, but again, this is an assault on what appears to be a city map, potentially at least. Mm. There will also be minefields, and there will be units dug in, bunkers, and everything nice. So it has to be engineers, at least a couple groups. I'm taking more engineers. We have to have some kind of armor. Assault guns, maybe Brumbar. Yeah, that gun is insane. Assault gun section might be nice Brumbars. Because those could be very good against infantry and buildings. It has a decent armory, but I'm not looking for even a larger gun. The H42 seems to be the latest. What's the difference? Larger gun. No, it has no anti-tank capabilities. We'll take 3 Gs, at least one group. Might as well take 2. We have 4 points left. But we don't have. Can we have trucks? Maybe trucks? Yeah, we could buy trucks for them. Let's buy trucks then. Haven't done that before. Okay, winter and in a city. Both positive and negative. We have 20 turns. Visibility is perfect. 80. Yeah, they're all in the same place, so it doesn't really matter how we attack as long as we all attack through the same place. Do I want to go directly instead? I mean directly as in start here and move a little bit closer. And that's it. A lot of buildings. Or do I want to try to sort of go around the defenses? I think we'll try to go straight through here. Have to keep in mind that we have a lot of heavy tanks. And that means there's a limit to what we can do as far as all those clever maneuvers. We simply don't have the speed and time for it. I'll try to push through simply here. Nothing too clever. On the positive side, it's an assault for us. That means we don't have to deal with too much of an artillery airstrike worry. Drum bars. They look like a city fighting vehicle. Or that's why you have a short barrel. You need to destroy buildings, you need to destroy infantry, and you have a limited space which you can move in. A long barrel will just be an inconvenience. Well, we lost all the AA gun experience, so that what to do with the AA guns isn't exactly much of a consideration. Just dump them somewhere. Hope they'll be of some use. Try to keep them all in a relatively close space to each other. Might be able to put units there. I don't want to put the guns there. They might be very vulnerable. Who cares? There are no experience guns. If we lose them, lose them. What? We have 8 assault guns. It's a serious threat to any enemy. They can't easily ignore that. I don't want to put the command unit with these. There's always a significant risk in these missions. Something happens to them. So ton of engineers. That's it, isn't it? Yeah, 3 groups of engineers. Oh, group I. I'm not sure what happens if you put a group move and try to load up things. It might now. Can we try it? Not really. Yeah, not in this mode. It's one. It has to be one at a time. But also just let the computer deploy them. It deploys them in a standard attack formation. It's not terrible, but it's not excellent either. Okay, let's get it started. Full formation command, B group, set range, hop. And so with C group, it's mainly against planes. But even a a high experience AA gun won't be hitting well at those ranges, so having your guns fire at maximum range basically just means that you're not going to bring anything down. So who needs to go first? It has to be the assault guns, not a command assault gun, please. Yeah, the assault gun sounds for some reason don't seem to be working for me, at least for these units. No idea why not. We don't want to spread too widely, it just makes it 100% certain that we'll drive into mines. Well, we'll be driving into mines with 100% certainty anyway. So that's not really the point. Hopefully they don't have airstrikes or artillery strikes. That would be very bad for us. Okay, who goes first? M2. Okay, well, pretty much 10, 20, 25 to 30 hexes to move. So we'll probably start engaging enemies quite soon. I'll drop infantry units here at every block. Basically, I'll drop an infantry. I hate it when that happens. But it was a good choice. Reed Muller, Letzelder. He won't be alone. Half track, not a great defensive option in my opinion. It's when you need to move units around, that's when you use them. You are defending, you don't need to do that, so you're sort of wasting your entire unit. Maybe there are clever ways you could use that. I haven't seen those clever ways. they're seriously attacking the tanks. Yeah, I don't get the half-track thing. I just don't get it. Why would you bring half-tracks? How many ammunition do we have? 38. Hey, let's see what this guy has. Yeah, it's similar to what the Soviets have. You don't want to be an infantry unit and get shot by that kind of a gun. This is why I sort of regret not buying some kind of a recon armored unit. We could have bought all these interesting armored units, or a few of them. One of the tank destroyers, some of these assault tank type of units, but now that we only have 2 platoons of tanks, we are basically forced to use them on these very versatile but solid tanks. Okay. Who gets to move next? Go on. Grab. Immobile. Well, this was sort of a predictable, I guess. We do have to shoot with these guys first. We need the one side of the infantry to be unable to attack. It has to be this one. After that, we can flamethrower this side. Yeah, pull back. That's what I was waiting for. Half-track dug in. That's a problem. Can we get a Brumbar to shoot at it? Yeah, we'll shoot at the infantry and it might have a better result. It didn't. Well, they're routed. I guess that's the good thing about it. You don't really need to even take a heavy hit. We'll attack normally to half-track. No, we won't. Be flamethrowing the bastards. That's excellent. We'll kill these. One tank down. On our side. No problem. So there will be a infantry there and there too. So what next? We can't let the main tanks be delayed in any way. Half-track. Another one. Why can't anyone see it? think it left out some infantry. Why can't anyone see it? Don't we have more of these? Okay, we're going to drive a tiger there. See if we can get rid of the half track immediately. Seem to be trying quite a lot of delaying tactics. Although I suppose it makes perfect sense. I want to go here. Spreading your units around. That doesn't seem like a good idea. Especially at this stage when we are not near the actual objectives we have to take. Seems like you're just increasing the risk of finding more of these units that if we had bypassed them, that would have been just fine. There's no reason to try to kill all of them. Let's see what happens. More half tracks. No, I think it was an empty vehicle anyway. This is gonna hurt. Assaults never were easy. This is no exception. But their artillery is very strong. Oh, crap. Crap. Another half track. So I'm guessing it might be a mechanized infantry thing. So with every unit they buy, they get a half track for free. The unit is more expensive to buy, but it's a free half track. And that's why they have them all over the place. Because why not? They have them. Certainly you're going to use them. And I'm not too worried about wasting time here. The reason being, he only has a limited resources to buy units, so the fighting will have to happen somewhere anyway. So it might as well happen at the early point. Finally gave up. Now you can act too. Half track. God damn it. It's another infantry unit. That's a huge wall of them here. That looks like an American flag, doesn't it? That's a Soviet flag, but why is there an American flag? They're not that well armed at this point, so that's a relief. They do have a chance of killing your tanks if you go near them, so it's not like that, but they only have one anti-tank weapon. That's the relief here. Engineers usually have at least a couple. Okay, let's see what you can do. It breaks morale quite efficiently. Huge gun. Yeah, it's an American flag. I don't know why. This has to be a bug. Well, not doesn't have to be, but I'm guessing that's what it is. Here to smoke a bit. I'd like to see where I'm going. Okay. I'll try to route them. No, retreating, but very good condition unit. Yeah, no real casualties. That's routed. It's extra routed. We have no more no more shots left. 2, 3. Yeah, these guys need to be weakened. Otherwise, they're gonna be a huge problem for us. Retreating, routed. Routed is. They're not coming back, at least for a while. But retreating is just basically pulling back. That's not much. Need to cause more and more casualties. We moved our tanks. Yes, it's totally blocked now. Shit. Can you shoot? Only that, so shoot it. I'm letting out the infantry. We can pick them up on the next turn. If it comes to that, but it gives a little bit of extra protection while we're in the middle of the enemy infantry troops here. Yeah, no, it's in a very bad shape. It's routed and it's not coming back. Needs to destroy. We'll be dumping these infantry out, I think, much more often just to provide security between the changing of the turns. Ah. We're totally stuck there. what they'll go into the truck. Try to move around a bit. Yeah, we're currently in a very bad position. Artillery they have is very potent. Oh, yeah, strong enough to destroy buildings. On the bright side for us, it's very expensive. So it'll warm up a significant portion of the points he had for use in this mission. It's not exactly like with us, in that he doesn't have a core unit, he buys everything for every single mission. But even us, we don't want to use it on artillery because it costs like 100 points, just a few of them. With that money you can get a full platoon of tanks. Good tanks. So okay, let's move around. We are definitely not gonna go first. Just driving them away. One, two, three. Okay. It's not a totally insignificant thing, even though I do the same thing, sort of sacrifice units. But it does affect. If a significant portion of your army is basically taken out of combat, so it can't continue fighting, it does hurt your overall army performance. Very easily your team will start to break, and it's hard to recover from it at that point. If you just lose a few units at the start, it's very easy to recover from. It's not a problem at all. But if you have a significant number of losses under your belt, then it becomes a real problem. So they surrender and they're dead. Get into the tank. Move. Kill it. Ah, that's better. We will kill those two. Well, probably not now. There's no point trying to go after them. It's totally irrelevant to what we're trying to do. I'm gonna give one engineering group out of here. Keep guard. Very hard to move around with these large tanks. In you go. Yeah, this engineering unit is totally useless to us. Taking 2 heavy losses. Drop units, look around. Don't see a problem. You'll be on guard duty. Can you reload it? Okay. Can you go into that one? Yes, you can. That's fine. Yeah, we'll be splitting up at this point. Okay, in turn. We're gonna be eating artillery for quite some time. Yeah. Must just got destroyed in group. That's yeah, that's one of those trucks. I don't give a damn about them. Oh. We're routed. No denying that. This is just pinned. We'll have these infantry units coming at the rear. It's the age group. Yeah, and the entire age group has lost their vehicles. That's why you don't apparently buy trucks to handle assault transportations. That's why you have half trucks, because you want to have at least an armor value of 1 everywhere. Yeah, that's what they have. These have 0. No, I don't want to. I want to look at it. Never mind then. It's that hard. I won't do it. Mines! No! You're immobilized, so maybe you shouldn't be having passengers. Just putting it out there. Okay. Mines. Oh my god. Anyone else that has engineers? You have. Try to do something useful. That mine's the one that we need to get rid of. Years. Hey, who of you as engineers? Yeah, take them out. We'll at least want to see the situation. For the moment, we'll split up a bit. You have engineers. You have engineers. So, engineers are go. one of the opals is still functioning. We'll be dumping these units though every turn, because that functioning part won't be lasting for long. And I think that's it. We're running out of time. Hopefully won't take more than a turn or two to get rid of these mines. Path through the mines clear. Huge casualties on infantry. He's used up quite a lot of money on our support force on the artillery. It's not a terrible thing, because we're moving in a one gigantic mass. Still, it's not like it's a huge advantage. Can't move, can't move. Shit. There. Now can you move it? Yeah, this is mine. Definitely a mine there. You go there, out of the way. We'll try to get rid of the mines immediately. The artillery bombardments are very dangerous. The engineers, the armored vehicles don't seem to mind them, but infantry is absolutely devastated. You can lose half of your entire team from a single hit. Oh, that's quite powerful. Yeah, that needs to be forward. Help get rid of those mines. There's a very significant chance that I will accidentally drive against them. It wouldn't be the first time, so best thing to try to get rid of them. There's still mines there. Well, in turn. Yeah, cleared path through mine. They are able to fire every turn. So either he has at least 2 battery sections. Tiger destroyed. Shit. Oh, the breach was destroyed, wasn't it? Oh, that's terrible. The breach is out. Hmm. I didn't know that can even happen. First time that has happened to me. So, the joys of assaulting people. Reload it. So go there then. We're very close to the targets, about 10 hexes away. And that's another 15 after that to reach the end. But it should only take like 3 turns to reach here. Take the engineers out, take a look aside. Do move. City fighting has its own peculiarities really. This is the best terrain for infantry. I don't dare to go to the breaches anymore. That was quite funny though. Can you go there? That's not a bridge. No, undo. Yeah, I'm not gonna go there. There's not gonna lose a king tiger to artillery shooting at a bridge. Engineers, come out, take a look around. Yeah, now we're in striking distance. I'm wondering what kind of tanks does he have here. He will have some, and we have encountered quite nasty ones in previous defense and delay missions. So what does he have now? So many losses. Yeah, that bridge thing is still sort of annoys me a bit. Never even crossed my mind. That's quite a dangerous anti-tank gun. Yeah. I don't think he has a lot of tanks, maybe. Okay. Another tank lost to a crumbling bridge. Ah, that's wonderful. That's absolutely beautiful. Okay, who's missing their units? No one. You are. You are. Actually. What do you see? Anti-tank gun. Should have dropped the units before starting to fire. There's at least a few of them. And this is gonna hurt him. Yeah, we need to fire it on it. We can't get it destroyed, we need to force it to be abandoned or something similar. You can't allow it to be... Yeah, I'm going this way. But that was beautiful. That was beautiful. 2 tanks lost to bridge collapse. That was beautiful. This means this will very likely be a marginal victory if we win this, because we have suffered significant casualties. Yeah. I think you're gonna die. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Engineers, come inside, move, drop. There has to be a ton of infantry here. Actually, we're lucky if they're in half tracks, because they'll give them up much more sooner than an infantry unit dug in would give them up themselves up. So they're much less of a threat to our tanks. So this is it, and turn, see what happens. More artillery. They've been firing a lot. Oh, AA gun, that's not a problem. Yeah, they're basically firing artillery on us on every goddamn turn. Immobilized. That's a significant investment in artillery. By significant, I mean a huge ass load of artillery. Absolutely insane amount of it. Go into the tank, my son. You can go into the Opal. And since you're stuck here anyway, let out your engineers and start shooting at the AA gun. Do something useful. Ah. It might not be a bad idea to... Oh, what's that? A tank moved in there? All the other houses are in perfect condition. We certainly haven't bombarded anything here. Why is that particular house damaged? There has to be another AA gun anyway here. And it probably doesn't hurt if we sort of flank these at the side. It might help. At this stage I'm willing to drop all infantry units. We still have the time, even with the infantry, to make it here. I'm not going to drop all of them though. Ah. Assault guns are go. Ooh, SU what? 70 what? Where did it fire? It's somewhere here. I just can't goddamn see it. It's bad. That is very bad. We should see it. That's the problem. Can you see a lot? Keep you in there. Bring out tank here. Let out some infantry. Just to cover our sides. Not. We have a assault gun ready to function. Yeah, this has to be good enough. Okay, is that abandoned? Yeah, it is abandoned. Okay, let's see what kind of tanks they have. I think that was a tank destroyer. Yeah, it's a tank destroyer, but it's not the better ones. Oh crap, this is gonna hurt. It seems to be running out of artillery at this point. Which is totally fine by me. Yeah, this not a good one. Who had it lined up? You. You're gonna be kill number 19. Congratulations. We have to be a bit careful here. Oh crap. SU-85. That's proper tank destroyer. Shit. Somewhere here. Let's move on. Pillbox. AT gun. And no one can see anything. AT gun, pillbox. Yeah, this is a terrible place to be. protect us from the pillbox, at least for a turn or two. Hmm. This is a terrible place. The Su-85 is good enough to destroy anything. Oh. This is a dangerous place now. Any wrong move can cause us serious losses. Actually, I'll leave this engineer here. I don't want to lose these tanks to our infantry who decides to sneak up on them. Okay, let's see what happens. Yeah, I can't see any of the tanks. That's a pretty big problem. Even with the units that should see them, they somehow gigantic tank is invisible to them. At least finally they only have the gun. Who sees it? Who's the one? Okay, someone has to see it. Anyone? No one is seeing. You're seeing it. Seeing anything else? What was it? There's yeah, there's probably an immobilized tank there, and there's a tank there. Su-85. What the fudge? Oh crap! There's a ton of these. They're entrenched here. Take the unit? No, the engineering unit. Thank you. Get the hell out of there. How much did? Yeah, we don't have a great chance of hitting, and we got a hit. That was lucky. Yeah, you can't see anything here. I'm hoping it's immobilized, because if it is, it's totally safe to go in its rear and destroy it. Yeah. It sort of disturbs me a little bit that these units are basically blind, even the infantry units. Very tough to go on a point blank on a tank destroyer. Very tough. AT gun. Can you take a look around? It's retreating, so it won't take control of victory flags. There's an AT gun there. That's good to know. Need infantry. No, no, no. To go through those buildings. Can I fire indirect fire on there? Not yet. But do you see, engineers? I know you allowed to take a ride, but now's the time to get there out. Okay, let's see who dies first. It has already fired, I guess, so it's not gonna fire back. It's fine. So now our situation is a little bit better. There will be more tank destroyers there. But we don't have a dire situation in any sense. Clear to proceed. Prepare to assault there. Anything happening here? No. Time for next turn. Oh crap. Oh, we are assaulting. We passed here long ago. So it doesn't matter what happens there. This is the important one. Yeah, it doesn't seem to have a huge number of units. It's a massive investment on... they're pulling back all of their units since they lost some flags. It might have been a mistake to fire in the sense that now they see us. But again, zero experience. AA guns, what does it really matter? You're not gonna use them. I just change them to something else. It's a waste of units either way. I'll take a little look at the hex grid. I'm not sure we're safe here. That's certainly somewhere it can fire, but I'm not sure it can fire there. That's something it should be able to fire, sort of. It spreads from there. But that hex and that hex, I think, are secure from it. But I'm not. I don't. I don't want to test it. At least not with a tank. Yeah, I think we're secure. Flamethrower. No effect. Okay, what then? Satchel charge. Hmm. And what? I don't think we can fire on the secondary weapons anymore. Yeah, no we can't. Well, we have to try on the AT gun. It can react to us, but I don't touch. I feel this would never happen in reality because you would say you'd have a squad commander who said we're going to pretty much storm a gun position. So no matter what, ignore all losses and wounded until you and go straight to take the gun because it can pretty only fire on us once, and after no matter what happens with that shot, that's it. It takes time to fire again, so that's the time you have to rush it and kill everyone defending it. So the worst possible thing you can do is when they shoot at you is you hesitate in any way or retreat, because that only means that they cause you damage and they can reload. So you gained nothing and lost your troops and your courage. You don't have to be a military strategist to sort of see that at that point trying to trying to retreat or have considerations of personal safety will only make things worse and worse and worse and cause small casualties. So I wish there was some kind of ability you could use for leaders at least like once in a battle similar to that, so they could get their men to overcome their natural reaction of what the AI does. I feel it makes sense because if you fail at it once, if you do it once, it probably works. But if your squad leader makes that same goddamn speech every time you do something, it sort of becomes totally meaningless. We'll attack the SU with everything we have. Apparently it assaulted and destroyed. Well, that's fine too. That's just fine with me. But there will be more. Now that we have a single flag, they might be moving towards us. And that's the important part. When did we get the flag though? I don't remember. Yeah, we came here and they shot us. Yeah. Now I remember. Stock 3, no, I want the machine gun squad. Don't run up. You lost like what, a one guy and he ran away. You goddamn piece of crap. Stand your ground. Yeah. This is our elite infantry, showing how things should be done. You take a one hit and then you annihilate the enemy. Wasn't that hard? It's moments like these that I don't regret having these infantry in our core units because the, the infantry is very unlikely to get wiped out. Wiped out totally. It happens from time to time, but as long as you don't send them on suicide missions, they tend to be just fine. Well, not fine, but they tend to survive, and that's good enough. Ooh. another one. And we can't turn, so we can't fire on it. Yeah. I dislike that too. There was no way we could do anything, but our attempt to see if we could was enough that the computer was allowed to react to the thing that could possibly had no chance of doing anything. So I feel like cheated. Uh, feel that I have been cheated. If it had been able to sort of turn its facing and actually move, then that reaction would have been just fine for me, because it actually tried to do something. Now I feel the game basically I was just trying to see if I can do it, and the base game told me no, you can't. That's not possible. So but I don't think that should be enough of a trigger for him to get a free attack. There should be a check to see if something actually happens. If nothing happens, there's no free attack. Now we got a shot to the. I can't check its stats. Side armor. Well, they're both destroyed. I guess that's the reason why you don't come from the front. You can help it. Because they're all staring right at you. Enemies. Ah. It's gonna be a painful grind through the enemy defenses. That's what a proper assault mission needs to be. It needs to be very painful for the attacker. Okay, enter. We have taken very heavy casualties as far as tanks are concerned. Lost to destroyed bridges, camping tank destroyers, AT guns, firing at the sides, all kinds of things. I guess that's what bothers me a little bit about it, and I feel a little bit annoyed because the breach things I didn't expect them. They were sort of unnecessary losses. I don't play the game for it, but I could have easily after the first one not to repeat the mistake, so it's all on me. And then it's I probably should have dumped the infantry out a bit sooner, but the problem with that is we don't have a lot of time. We have now 5 or 6 turns, and it'll at full speed it'll take 3 turns to take these. So we have basically what? We have a few turns time to fight, and after that we have to drive here at max speed. It's not a nice position to be in. it's I accidentally pressed something on our numpad, number pad, and that's causing that. Try to get a hold of yourselves here. We can ignore that tank entirely, or anti-tank gun entirely. There's really no point. No point going after it. Crew, engineers, okay. Crew, engineers, crew. Quite a lot of crew at least survived, so that's something. Su-85s, those are nasty pieces of work. I need someone to draw fire at least a little bit. Hopefully get it to turn around too. Yeah, you can't be it. It's too dangerous. Oh, there really aren't good choices here. And that's an engineering squad, so it can't really fire on it. Are you engineering squad and you're a leader unit, so you definitely can't be the one doing it. Engineer squad, can you go there? It has to try to take back these at some point. Is that a house? No, I think those are just trees. It's a road. Can't see crap. Can you go there? No. It's rough. That's why we can't go there. You look that way. It's a bit bad because we can't really go here either. If there's any tanks there, they're gonna blow us away. I'm just gonna have to risk it. Yeah, now he's not. He won't be seeing anything for a turn or two. Doesn't anyone have any troops? There will be a lot of half tracks and things coming from the rear though. We have to prepare for that. I think one tank should be positioned here. Yeah, I don't want to drive here with my tigers. What do you see? Pillbox, that's not important. It's a command unit. Okay, let's see what happens. SU-85 immobilized, destroyed. No crap. Yeah, that's what happens. We forced it to regain some of these victory flags and even engineers. Two engineers sandwiched it with flamethrowers. So a huge success here. They're suppressed. They have been doing attacking. That's the guy I think that failed, and this is the guy that succeeded. There's a lot of fire there now, so we won't be staying there. The bright side, this is seems to be a very easy place to defend. You're the only one with the unit. Can I go here? What do I see? Not much. Yeah, I want to go there, but we will leave one tiger behind. Go with them. I need some infantry spotters there. In turn, it seems that was it. It had a platoon of tank destroyers, and that was pretty much it. A huge amount of points spent on artillery. Can't say it wasn't worth it. Definitely caused us a lot of casualties. And pull back. We'll have to bring in more tanks here. And J is just fine. And we need kills, not wounded. We have 2 units ready to assault that place. We might as well leave 2. It's killing the crew of the pillbox. It's not enough to destroy it. You would need to attack it from the forward arc. Okay. We'll pull back a little. Can you move? And the artillery really freezes up these infantry. They're totally useless now. They have to, absolutely have to assault now. So there should be a bloody turn or 2 at this end and then it's over again. They didn't carry infantry here. The infantry is too late anyway. And this is the end. Ah. Abandoned. I definitely don't want to go there with the tiger. Yeah, we need a follow-up unit. Doing this with a 1 unit is pretty reckless. You need to be destroyed. Okay, and we need to get some control over these. Yeah, everyone is really suppressed. Nothing really is happening. Destroy it. Come on, you piece of crap. That is perfect. Yeah, I don't want to drag this on too much, so let's just continue quickly to the end of the mission. They have nothing anymore. Just a ton of half tracks and infantry that will be trailing it, but they're not gonna make it. Oh, fudge. That's a fudge moment, brought to you by an AT gun. An invisible AT gun, again. What can you do? We didn't react in any way because we didn't see it. D3 crew. Yeah, it's one of those that has over 20 kills. They don't want to lose that. I really hate those. I mean, a gun that can fire and you just know nothing you can do the react. It's yeah, visibility is 80. I could understand if the visibility was low. Yeah, you sort of think, well, maybe it's foggy, it's night time or something like that. But no. Someone is firing right in front of you with good visibility and you don't see it where it's coming from. Yeah, not going to buy that. That just isn't gonna happen. And okay, we need to take control of these, and that's about it. It's a moderate, marginal victory. Quite a lot of casualties. Yes, they're simply content on killing that one infantry unit and leaving it at that. The gun is abandoned. You fools! Yeah, these assault missions aren't good for me. This was particularly bad though. And still we managed to persevere. Just a lot of unnecessary losses. That makes those few kills at the end, they're not gonna make any kind of difference. They're a slight improvement over the situation. So a little bit of balm on the wounds, but not much. We're not gonna be moving tanks around. So it seems to give the enemy quite a lot of openings on us. So we'll just go to next turn, next turn, next turn, next turn until we see proper enemies or lose flags. We might our give the idea of our own half track in infantry units a chance, because losing a tank versus losing a half track isn't that much of a difference here. At least in many ways, where we lost them because we drove to a mine. A half track would have been a much cheaper way to do that. We lost them because we walked into a tank destroyer, things like that. So in many cases, Having the tanks, it being a tank instead of some kind of half track, wasn't of any kind of a benefit to us. It wouldn't have made any kind of difference. At least some kind of a recon vehicle team might be good, because they would be just as fine against half tracks, AT guns, things like that, and they're a lot cheaper. And we certainly wouldn't feel bad about losing them. Brumbars, we tested them. No, I don't really care for them. Oh crap. They do have medium tanks. No, it's a medium tanks rush. Oh, and it is a rush. It's an it's a marginal victory. 1200 versus 250 basically. So, marginal victory. I don't even recall when the last decisive victory was. It's the end of the year 44, the final year of the improved Veteran Tiger Elite Engineering Squad and later promotions. Yeah, we gained points definitely. Should I trade to King Tigers? That's the question. In many ways, they're basically the same unit. Their front armor is insanely more thick though. I don't know. There haven't been that many situations where that would have made a large difference though. This would be this is even more expensive. Jack Tiger. What's the 56 length gun? 58 length gun, but 128 versus 88. Yeah, that's a huge gun. 10 high explosive rounds, 30 armor piercing. It doesn't have a lot of ammo. That's somewhat of a problem. If we'll take these, we won't be taking many of them, and I don't think we'll be taking them anyway. If we'll go for a heavy unit, it'll be a King Tiger, very likely. But for now, this is good enough. It's enough to achieve victories. And we have enough points that I think even if we start to lose a lot of units, we can make it through the final year. Yeah. January 45. It's time for the end push. Pretty much everyone will be having all the technology they'll be ever having in this game. There might be some few new things, and if there are, those are gonna be very dangerous units, but I have no recollection what they might be. So let's see what they might be.